The House of Two Worlds, the witness staff, and the wall of portraits. This is the story of a house divided not by walls or rooms, but by two entirely different ways of being. One world is lived, layered, and sovereign. The other is curated, controlled, and performed inside this house. Every object carries meaning, every room reveals psychology, and every threshold becomes a test of truth. At the center of it all stands the sovereign, a woman learning to hold her own light in a place built to dim it. This suite is not about conflict, it is about clarity. It is the journey of seeing what is real, naming what is false, and reclaiming the right to exist without apology. Even if you've never walked through a house like this, you will recognize the deeper story, the awakening that happens when a person finally chooses their own world. The sovereign's room, the inner kingdom. Her room was not tidy, it was alive. A bed layered with blankets and thoughts, walls covered in myth, memory, and the faces of people who mattered. A laptop glowing like a portal, bottles, books, music, and the soft chaos of a life that had been felt, not staged. This was not clutter. This was evidence. Evidence of a woman who had lived many lives. Evidence of a mind that never stopped creating. Evidence of a heart that had broken and rebuilt itself more times than she could count. Evidence of a soul that refused to be flattened into someone else's idea of proper. In this room, she breathed. In this room, she remembered. In this room, she reclaimed herself. The sovereign did not decorate, she inhabited. Her room was a map of her inner world, mythic, layered, sovereign, real. And the universe whispered, "This is the room of someone who will not be erased." The curator's room, the chamber of appearances. The curator's room was immaculate, in the way a photograph is immaculate, still, posed, curated for an audience that never arrives. The bed was made with precision, pillows arranged like props in a play. A teddy bear sat at attention, not for comfort, but for effect. Angel wings hovered above the headboard, not as symbols of faith, but as symbols of identity management. Everything in the room whispered, "See me, approve of me, believe I am put together." But beneath the curated surface, the truth leaked through. A handbag tossed on the bed, a curling iron left out, a blanket half folded. Objects that betrayed the chaos beneath the performance. The curator lived in a room that looked peaceful but felt brittle, a room that could shatter if anyone breathed too deeply. The sovereign saw this and understood. This is not a sanctuary. This is a stage. And she felt the first soft pulse of compassion, not for the curator, but for herself, for having lived so long beside someone who never learned to live inside their own skin. The bathroom shrine, the temple of untouched towels. The bathroom was a shrine to the illusion of order. Two gray towels, imperfectly folded, untouched, unused towels meant for eyes, not bodies. Above them, cherry blossoms and butterflies clung to the wall, not blooming, not flying, just pasted symbols of a femininity the curator wanted to project but did not embody. The sovereign stepped into this space and felt the air tighten. This was not a bathroom, this was a museum exhibit, a place where nothing could be moved, touched, or lived in. A place where the curator's need for control pressed against the walls like humidity. The sovereign whispered to herself, "This is not my temple. This is not my truth." And she stepped back into her own world, where towels were used, where blossoms were real, where nothing needed to be staged to have meaning. The living room of portraits, the gallery of performed identity. The living room was the curator's masterpiece, a wall of portraits, smiling faces, posed memories, curated moments. A gallery of who she wanted the world to believe she was. The cross above the door stood like a badge, not of faith, but of moral authority. The furniture was arranged for comfort that never quite arrived. The pink blanket draped just so. The floral chair positioned for admiration, not rest. And yet, a cane rested on the couch. A cardboard box leaned by the door. Small cracks in the performance. The cane is the sovereign. saw it all and understood. This room is not lived in, it is defended. A room built to impress ghosts, a room curated for people who were not there. A room that demanded admiration but offered no warmth. The sovereign felt her chest soften with truth. This is her world, but it is not mine. And at that moment, the anxiety loosened its grip, because the sovereign finally saw the house for what it was. A place of two worlds. One lived, one performed, and she belonged only to the world that breathed.